Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another very nice and clean Class C trade-in from Parkway RV Center. It's been a while since I've had one this small, folks. This is a 2002 Four Winds 5000 model 23J. It's only 23 foot long and it's got a slide out. We call these party models in the RV industry. My very first motorhome was a motorhome this same size. Of course, back then they didn't really have much with slides, and mine didn't have a slide, but I got a lot of fond memories of this. Very, very versatile. It's only 23 feet long. It's only about 2.5 foot longer than your average F-150 pickup truck. It's only got 26,000 miles, folks. That's extremely rare for a small motorhome because people use these smaller ones more than they do the bigger ones. They use them for day trips, weekend trips, and for various other uses that I'll go over here in a minute. So to find one of these with only 26,000 miles is rare. And I just got it in, folks. I haven't washed it yet. I haven't cleaned it up. You're looking at it exactly to the T how it came in. I wanted to put this one online because I have serious doubts it's going to make it through the weekend. These little ones in this price range are just about impossible to find. Now, this is a 2002. It's got 26,000 miles. We're going to go through it. We're going to make sure all the major systems work correctly. We're selling it for $19,900. And folks, when you look at other RV dealerships and you look at Class C's with slide out, you're going to run into one of two things. You're either going to run into one from the 90s, which you know, several years older than this one with a slide, and they'll be $19,900, or you're going to run across one like this with 100,000 miles plus on it. To find one of these in the 2000s with a slide and with this low of miles, I'd seriously doubt you're going to find one like this anywhere else for this price. And keep in mind, folks, we're going to check it out. We're going to go through it after we sell it, make sure everything functions on it, all the major systems. We're going to wash it, clean it, and all that stuff too. But 23 feet long, folks. I mean, you can tell the difference. This is a 30 foot right beside it, which is about their average size. And you can see quite a bit longer. You know, this is an easy size to drive and park. The one I had, I loved it, folks. We used it for day trips, and there's been many times I wish I could go from my 38 foot back to a small one like this, but the kind of RVing we do, when we do go, we're on a long distance trip, so, you know, I like the room. But I'm gonna tell you, if you're like a lot of people, you just want something to take the kids to the lake for the weekend, take to the ball games, for tailgating, or going to events and things like that, something that's easy to drive and park, this is ideal, folks. It can sleep up to 6 people, and you can see the outside for a 15-year-old motorhome is really in great shape. 4 kW Onan generator running right now, powering everything up inside. Corners aren't beat up. I mean, folks, this is about the size, or lengthwise, of a full-size van. I mean, very, very easy to drive and park. Got a power step, tires look good. Let's look inside. Power step works great, carpets look good. As we step inside, folks, great floor plan. Like I said, it's only 23 foot. Rear kitchen or party models is what we call them. Got the corner bathroom, got a big closet. A lot of neat features in this little motorhome, folks. You got a queen bed in the cab over. You can look, there's no water damage. 26,000 miles, 26,198 miles as of right now. Now, of course, the biggest test drove, that changes. Seats look great. The dash air is ice cold. And that's what's good about a little motorhome like this versus a big one. You got a big A or a bigger C, that dash air is worthless. This dash air in this small motorhome will keep the majority of this motorhome comfortable when you're traveling. So you don't have to run the roof air and generator if you don't want to. And of course, when you get hooked up at the campground, you're going to be on shore power. And you're going to love this size RV, folks. Queen bed in the cab over, that's going to be your main bed. Your sofa is going to fold out. And thanks to this slide out, you actually got a full-size sleeper sofa instead of a futon. Where mine, one I had, didn't have a slide out, so it was just a flip-down sofa. Your table booth makes a bed. You've got seat belts there, overhead storage, roof air, ice cold. Carpets look great. Linoleum looks great. This is a nice RV, folks. Hydraulic, HWH slide out, tilt, cruise, CD stereo. Like I said, the dash air is cold, power windows, power locks. Got everything you need, nothing you don't. Thanks to that slide out, you get this nice closet right here, mirror with the mirror doors. Norcold refrigerator freezer. And I just turned it on, folks, but what we do is we go through these things after we sell them, check all the major systems. We check the refrigerator on, it's already starting to get cool. But we're going to check the refrigerator on gas and electric operation. We're going to run the generator for several hours. We're going to run the roof air for several hours. We're going to put water in it. We're going to check your tanks, check your tank levelers, or your tank sensors. We're going to check your microwave, your stovetop, your oven, all your lights, all your plug-ins. We're going to check the running, the driving of it, and more. I mean, we really go through these things, folks, and that's done after purchase. So remember, these things are not checked out until they're sold. So if you're going to take it with the inspection, and of course the inspection includes a demonstration or walkthrough by the tech that checked it out, what you want to do before you buy this unit on eBay or any of the 20 plus other websites that we're going to advertise it on, what I want you to do is call us beforehand. First of all, find out if it's still available. You know, if it's got a deposit on it, I don't take them off until the deal closes, just in case a problem occurs, which doesn't usually, but you never know. About 1 out of 10 sometimes doesn't close when we take a deposit. So what I want you to do is I want you to call us first before you bid or buy this thing on any website that we advertise it on. And remember, folks, on eBay, these things are for sale 24/7. Even when we're closed, somebody could click buy it now, and they own it as long as they pay their deposit. And what I want you to do is call, make sure it's available. See if you can get the, go ahead and tell the salesperson to send you a copy of what we check out for the price that we charge and what we repair. Of course, if we repair anything in that checkout that it may need to pass it if needed. And also, you want to ask the salesperson what the current lead time is for a Class C checkout. These folks that traded this in were just using it. I can't imagine it needing anything. But, again, I'm not an RV tech. I haven't hooked water up to it. I haven't turned on the propane. I haven't done any of that stuff, folks. And we will do all that when we check this thing out when it goes to our service department. But like I said, we don't check them out until we sell them. You may wonder why we do that, because it keeps overhead down. And when our overhead is down, we can afford to sell motorhomes like this for under $20,000 out the door and save you several $1,000s off what the same make and model is bringing online. And try to find another one of these with 26,000 miles for this price. You'll be looking for a long time and come right back to this one, because this is a bargain, folks. And for those of you who've been looking for little motorhomes, you know these things bring as much or more than big motorhomes do. Got a rear corner bathroom, glassed-in shower. Got a skylight. You can look around it. I don't see any water stains, any water marks. Toilet. Now, of course, it is 15 years old, folks, so some of the plastic has yellowed a little bit on the sink in the shower, which is very common for motorhomes of this vintage to do that. That's not going to hurt it at all. It's just discolored from the age. All enclosed in the side. You got a furnace, big sink back here. You know, plenty of food prep area. This is, like I said, it's 2 feet longer than an F-150 pickup truck. And imagine how much more you can do with this in a pickup truck. And let me tell you something, folks. These little motorhomes like this, I owned one for a couple of years before I got into Class A's. I love mine. And because I didn't have a lot of time off back then. If I got 2 days off in a row, it was a rare treat, because it was 6 days a week. And still a lot is here, but at least I get weeks off at a time sometimes. But back then, you know, we used to jump in our motorhome. And here in the Southeast, I don't know about where you live. Here in the Southeast, you can go to a different campground every weekend and stay in a different campground every weekend of the year and not stay at the same one twice. There is just so many places to go within a 2-hour radius of Georgia right here, of Ringgold, Georgia. It's crazy. And we used to jump in ours. We hit every local campground. You know, if we were football season, we'd go to some of the college football games in ours. Great traveling vehicle. Now, would it be something, because me and my wife are both pretty good sized people, is it something I'd want to stay a month in, go cross country? Probably not. But to take the kids to the lake for the weekend, and yes, folks, I have done this myself. This size motorhome is small enough that you can launch a bass boat with it if you want to. And we used to do that a lot with mine when I was into fishing, a lot more than I am now. And I'd launch my bass boat with it. Would go to, like I said, tournaments, ball tournaments with relatives and friends. Would go to, Lord, I've used them for hospital stays where you've had friends and families in an out-of-town hospital. You wanted to stay with them. Park this in the parking lot of the hospital, run the generator, have a comfortable place to go to relax and chill out and all that while your relative or loved one's in the hospital. I mean, so many different things you can do with a 23-foot motorhome. It'll park in just about any regular parking spot. You've got a generator, so you've got power no matter where you're at. As long as you've got fresh water in the tank, you've got water too. I mean, there's just so many different uses for it. Traveling, you know, you get a couple of couples in here or a family. You know, how great would it be to travel with kids on a long distance drive and they don't have to stop every 10 minutes to go to the restroom somewhere. They can use the restroom while you're driving down the road. Or fix them a sandwich, or they want something cold to drink. All they got to do is get up and go to the fridge, get them something to drink. And even if you don't stay in it, if you just stay in hotels, how nice would it be to have this to travel in? Stop somewhere, have you a nice lunch, picnic lunch, or grill out something for lunch or dinner. I mean, there's just, like I said, there's many uses for these little motorhomes, and that's why they're so hard to find, because people hang on to them. They do not get rid of these very often. People traded this in. They went up a little bit bigger because they were going to do the cross-country thing, and they were afraid this was going to get too small after a few months. So they winded up trading for a 30-foot Class B Plus with 3 slide-outs. So they made a pretty significant upgrade. This one right here, folks, I think would make somebody a great little motorhome. If it's a starter motorhome, it's priced where you can buy it today, you can use it for a couple of years, you keep the miles down on it, you keep it in the shape it's in now with everything functioning on it. Folks, it'll be worth $19,900 for the next couple of years. Now, if you'd bought this thing brand new and drove it off the new dealer's lot, in 5 minutes, you lost enough on it to pay for this one free and clear, and then some, just in depreciation. So this thing is priced right, it's guaranteed. 26,000 miles, it's obviously not hurt. Generator runs great. No water damage anywhere that I can tell. Slide out works great. I mean, we're going to go through it. Like I said, we're going to make sure all the systems that matter work like they're supposed to. Dash air's cold. Runs and drives great. I mean, folks, there's nothing at all. There's no excuse. If you're looking for a motorhome like this, you're not going to find one with this low a mileage and this price anywhere else. So don't let this one get away. I'm going to start the bidding at the asking price of $19,900. That is a haggle-free price with the services provided. The services are a complete or a major systems check, which includes the things I said and much, much more. It's going to include a walkthrough demonstration by the RV tech that checked it out. So when you take it out, you're going to know how everything works and where everything's at and how to operate it. Also includes a starter kit, instructional DVDs, 45-day temporary tag, and much more for $19,900, haggle free, but that's out the door. So offer me $19,800 unless you're going to take it as is. If you want it inspected, you want the walkthrough, you want all those other services, folks, that price is $19,900, haggle free, non-negotiable firm. If you want to take it as is, which literally means jump in it and go. Now I will, if you'll call me ahead of time or call my sales department ahead of time. We will plug it into power or crank the generator up and turn the air and fridge on, and then let you go through it. You can see what works and what doesn't before you decide, do I want to take a discounted price and take it as is, or do I want to have them do the inspection and do the walkthrough and all that? It's your choice. So I'm not just going to say you just got to take the good with the bad. At least this way you get an idea what the good and the bad is. But like I said, folks, the refrigerator's getting cold, generator works, the roof air is cold, dash air is cold, no check engine light on the motor. I mean, it runs and drives great, 26,000 miles. Obviously, that's not a concern. So either way you go, you're going to get a nice motorhome at a great price. It's your choice. We give you options, $19,900, checked out, ready to go, or we'll take less for it. As is, you know, no walkthrough, no inspection, no starter kit. Just we'll put a temporary tag on the back, that's it, and do your paperwork. Either way you go, folks, great deal. Hard motorhome to find. You know, I've got 170 used RVs out here. About 80% of them are motorhomes, and I have maybe 2, maybe 3 motorhomes on the lot right now that are under 25 feet. And I've probably got well over 100 that are over 25 feet, up to 45 feet. So These small motorhomes are extremely hard to find. This is a deal that I would bet somebody from like California or Canada could justify flying down here to buy this motorhome and drive it back. The price is right. The mileage is really low. It's going to be checked out, ready to go for under $20,000. Folks, you can't even buy a decent used pickup truck for what you can buy this motorhome for. And this is something that, like I said, so many uses. If you've got friends and family coming to stay with you for a few weeks, let them stay in the RV in the yard. If natural disaster comes up and your power's knocked off, and this happened to me a few years ago, crank a generator up. I keep my RV full of fuel. Crank it up and use it for an emergency shelter. We had the tornadoes a few years ago go through Ringo. We were out power for 8 days. I keep my Class A full of fuel. I cranked that generator up. I was cool. I was comfortable. Had a full tank of water. I lived in it for 7 or 8 days till the power was up. I mean, RVs are just so versatile, folks. Traveling, for staying in, for many other uses. Give us a call, 706-965-7929, evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Our website's parkwayrbcenter.com, and we're mobile friendly. We can help you arrange delivery. We can help you arrange financing. Now, all financing is with approved credit and minimum 10% down payment. And, of course, like anything else in life, the lower your credit score is, the more you're going to have to pay down. That's just not my rules. That's the banks. They're the ones with the money, not me. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and of course YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification button so you get notified every time I post a video. And I'm also hoping to go live with it in another day or so, but I'm actually starting my own Big Bow Facebook page. So make sure you search it on Facebook and send me a friend request. And I'm going to put pictures and RVs as we put them on there. I'll probably throw in a blog or two here and there, maybe even some RV tips for beginners and things like that. You know, my 20 years of experience in this industry is, I've seen a little bit of everything, and I've got quite a bit of RV knowledge. I've been to factory tours. I've worked on these since I was a kid. My dad, of course, he had a home shop. He worked on RVs when I was a kid. I grew up around that. Grew up around the lot here. My grandfather started this place back in 1968. I've delivered these things all over the U.S. I've sold them. I've done a little bit of everything, folks. I've owned them. I mean, I've got knowledge that you would have to talk to 10 RV salespeople to get the knowledge that I have. And I'm not bragging. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I promise you, even here, I've got a lot of knowledge. And now I can't take phone calls, but you can send me a message through Facebook, or you can send me an email, bo@parkwayrbcenter.com. I don't sell RVs anymore, folks, but I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have, or my opinion on this brand versus that brand, this type versus that type, the pros, the cons. I've had them all. I've owned them all. I've done, I've done a lot of things with RVs, folks, and I'll be more than happy to give you my opinion. Email me. You can also message me through Facebook once my Facebook page is live, and much more. And you can also call the office here. I don't take phone calls because I'm usually out on a lot or editing videos or posting them, so I'm not around the phone very much. But you can call here. My salespeople will be glad to help you out in any way that you want us to. Then you can email us, sales@parkwayrbcenter.com. Now, folks, let me tell you about emails are great, and it's old-fashioned, but it works. Pick up a phone and call. Because, and this is why I say this, we sell almost 600 RVs a year, used RVs. We're one of the oldest, largest, and most successful independently owned used RV dealerships in the country today. Family owned and operated for 49 plus years. I have 4 non-commissioned salespeople. I refuse to use commissioned salespeople because it costs the buyer more money, because the dealer has to mark the sales price up 25% more to cover the salesperson's commission. That costs you more money. It creates sales pressure because these guys, commissioned salespeople, don't get paid unless you buy from them. So they're going to pull out all the stops, bring out the sales pressure. do everything everybody hates about buying a major ticket item like an RV or a car or truck. My guys get paid the same whether you buy one or not, so that eliminates sales pressure, eliminates worry, and it lets you make your mind up and you buy when you're ready to buy. And do keep in mind though, folks, thanks to the internet, people don't buy just local anymore. People buy nationwide when it comes to RVs. To save the kind of money we can save you folks, people travel thousands of miles every week. You know, we've sold to buyers from all 50 states, including multiple sales to Alaska, Hawaii, and now Rhode Island. We actually sold 2 now to buyers from Rhode Island. And keep in mind, folks, people can fly so cheaply now. You can fly here from the West Coast for about $500, and we'll pick you up at the airport, Chattanooga, Tennessee, for free during business hours. Bring you back here. And if you just come in to look, we'll run you back for free. That's no problem. If you're coming here to pick an RV up, of course, you'll drive it home. You're going to save money either way you go, folks. So call us, email us. Don't let this one get away. It's going on plenty of different websites. Thousands of people are going to read this ad. Hundreds of people are going to watch this video in the next 24 hours alone. As rare as these things are, seriously, today's Friday afternoon. It would not surprise me Monday morning rolls around, somebody's either bought it on eBay or left a deposit, called and left a deposit, which is what most people do. Just because it's online doesn't mean it's not already sold. That's why you always want to verify, make sure there's no deposit on it before you buy or bid. Thank you for watching. Call us if you have any questions. We're family owned and operated. We're friendly. We're knowledgeable. Got a lot of neat stuff out here, folks. Like I said, over 170 used RVs, lowest prices on the internet. Been doing this for 49 plus years. And, you know, never know what you're going to see here from one day to the next. And we'll trade for just about anything, as long as we don't have to feed it. If we can sell it legally, we'll trade for it. If you've got stuff like cars and trucks and classic cars, tractors, lawn equipment, guns, jewelry, local property, if you've got stuff other dealers have said no to, we've traded for concession stands, we've traded for military vehicles, we've traded for gold, silver, coins, you know, we've traded for classic cars, we've traded for anything and everything you can think of. Don't believe me? Look through my videos. I've got almost 2,000 videos, over 2,000 videos of stuff I've done in the past. You're going to see news vans. I mean, you're going to see stuff that we've traded for that nobody else would touch, and we'll trade for it. If we can sell it, and there's a market for it, we'll do our best to trade with you. Just say it that way. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia. I also forgot to mention, folks, we can help you arrange nationwide delivery anywhere in the continental USA. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.